not very alert about the latest policies, about the rules which have been changing constantly. And most importantly, they forgot to find out what the guest wants. But again, coming back to Hyderabad, a famous place called the Paradise Restaurant. I don't know if anybody is here from the delegate from Paradise. World known for biryani. A tiny restaurant. The restaurant was given the name of Paradise because of a theater close to the restaurant in Secunderabad side. And today it's a huge complex, more than 800-seater restaurant, multi-cuisine. The signature dish is Paradise biryani. And they have been innovating over a period of time in terms of their infrastructure. The kitchens, from the old ovens, they have become now modernized, totally electrical equipment, plus the staff trained now, qualified now, and the dishes have been multiplied. But the main dish, which is their biryani, they have left it untouched because they don't want the taste to differ. But in general, without innovation, we are not going to succeed, and constant innovations have to take place. That's why this word concept, which we are using today in our topic, it's a concept for a restaurant. But then we have gone to the next stage also, where we do concept statements for a change of the restaurant when it is running, which is very important because we can't afford to close it down and lose our business and lose our customers who are loyal. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Madhavan. I have a next question to Hemant. Hemant, how much challenges do the hotel F&B outlay face from independent restaurant and restaurant chains? And how you overcome to that competition?
No, it's always a challenge. You know, when we started our careers, it was not that much. But yes, in the last about 2 decades, it has been a challenge, standalones also. But, you know, sometimes the backing of enterprise behind us, when we look at Taj behind us and we look at, in a bigger picture, Tata's behind us, that's where there's a little comfort zone as compared to the single entrepreneurs. That is a big difference with us. And when innovations, of course, my key strength, or I should say, was that I was on the constant innovation areas. 26 years back, when we opened Zodiac Grill, we had taken the guts to put no price on the menu. We said, pay as you like. We had the guts to do that 26 years back. And we were full. And that was a challenge. We had people, yes, we had the people who paid 100, 200 rupees also, the youngsters, you know, just for the fun. Then we knew how to screen them and put them away. But we wanted people to tell us what your food and beverage and the service is worth. So they told us rather than we telling them, this is what you should pay us. So innovations, yes, it's a key factor. And challenges from the standalone restaurants. But problem is we can get the consistent supplies. Whereas sometimes the standalone restaurants, they find it very difficult to have the consistency in the supplies. It's a very, very big, I'm sure you'll agree with me, it's a big challenge for them to stand on.
Thank you, Hemant. Hemant has some presentation at the last which we give. He has a very lot of good innovative idea and what is the future of the various cuisines. So we will see that at the last. Now I'll request Mr. Mahadevan, as he is the independent, running the independent restaurant. Mr. Mahadevan, what is your experience to face the challenges and a competition run to independent restaurant in the present circumstances and then sustain national as well as internationally? Thank
you. First of all, let me talk about the innovations we started earlier and then come back how I challenge Mr. Oberoi on independent versus a standalone independent restaurant versus a five-star hotel restaurant. To start with, if I'm sitting today, I started my career 30 years ago with about 4 boys, opened a little takeaway Chinatown, and then moved into hot breads. It was all the way, if I've opened today a bakery in Paris or in New York or in Seattle or going to be in Sydney, that's because of my innovative policies. When everybody wrote me off, this guy is going to Paris, he's from Chennai, what is he going to sell coal to the miner? But there, when we went into Paris, when we opened our hot breads, we took a croissant-filled chicken tikka masala into it. There was a big queue of the whites lining up to buy it, and it's at the 14th year. We are still running over to the bank to deposit our money, pay our taxes. So all this is possible because of the simple philosophy even Mr. Gandhi implemented. Think different. Tamila solluvanga mathi yosi. That means you have to be adaptive, and there's only one thing permanent, that is change. Today we have gone into different kind of concept restaurants. When everybody opened a seafood restaurant, we brought a bed of about 10 meters, an ice bed, showing all the fresh fish. When chef said the independent restaurants are finding difficult, but we run across every day 4 o'clock to the fish market to buy the fish. I don't know how many hotels do it because I don't have a big cold room. And that's a minus point, because also a plus point when I tell my customers, I buy by day and sell by night. I don't stock anything. My food from the buffet, I will never go to the cold room. It'll be to the charity house. There's no personal dig or anything about it. It is a challenge for us, like Chef Oberoi correctly said, getting products in place at the right time. But as an organized person, you can always overcome these challenges. Additional challenge which we face in international arena, we work in 16 countries. I've opened 60 Saravana Bhavans right from Sydney to Seattle to New York. The first question is that, why you two? The last interview I had was in Hong Kong with the Invest in Hong Kong guys. He's saying sambar making, idli making is not a specialized job. Why can't you use the local talent? But then to get a brand involved, the brand has got its own special knowledge. To make these guys understand, I had to pull out an article of New York Times, which wrote 6 pages about Saravana Bhavan. Even Hindu has written in Chennai. Modi got only about 1 page, but Saravana Bhavan got 6 pages in New York Times. That was the thing. That was a very big credit for us. So to convince these people, the education has helped me. Being an innovative person has helped me. Being persuasive, continuously. It was 1 year we paid a dead rent in Hong Kong, paying $14,000 because, Hong Kong is a very small island. It's on the 4th floor restaurant. Only a brand can bring in people to the 4th floor. We are new. Paying $14,000 per month for 1 year. Knocking at the doors of all the government agencies to get 3 chefs. It's a big challenge for us because we don't have, like Mr. Oberoi correctly, Hemant correctly said, I don't have a big banner with me like Tata's or Birla's with me. I'm an independent restaurant operator. I run across, take my flight, go in the morning, stand in the door of this guy's Invest in UK or Invest in Hong Kong and tell them this is the concept. And the minute they see us, they value us with the articles and the presentation we do, the doors are open. So challenges are there every day to reach even here. I was halfway through my train, was going into the tunnel, and there was a fire, the train has to come back. So even coming here was a challenge, but then we think differently. We got to cross over with the ferry, then take the flight to come and address you all. It was my pleasure to come and share my experience. So challenges are there. The persuasiveness and commitment and sincerity is what has brought us to this 200 restaurants and 117 bakeries in 16 countries. Employing 4,000 people. That was what gives me the biggest satisfaction. Because I started as an entrepreneur because I had only one goal to go is to make money. Over the time, your attitude changes, your outlook towards life changes. Now you're taken a commitment, yes, we will generate as much as employment. The hotel industry, as you know, a big hand for all of us, is the highest generation of the employment, if I'm correct. Yeah. You agree with me? And we're all very proud of being part of it. So yes, we have to innovate. Yes, there are challenges. And constantly we have competition coming up next door. We have to be always innovative and meet the challenges is what I would say.
Thank you very much, Mahadevan. I have a question to Hemant and Shankar both. The latest trend. What do you think F&B department innovate new and healthy menu with low-calorie appetizer and main course, but still give the taste of like original dishes?
You see, health has become a big subject. Everybody wants to live longer. But we Indians still have not learned our lesson till we do our first medical checkup and we find the cholesterol is going haywire. So, you know, we have a lot of health area, some restaurants opened up, and mind it, quite a few of them closed down because they were serving only health foods. We look after our health in a different way. We go inside, a lot of, pardon my saying, a lot of ladies in the afternoon, they want to go, no fried items, no oil. It's only olive oil food. A good salad, you know, I don't want to. Whereas their driver has already bought the chicken makhani and sitting in the car, so that once she goes home, she will eat that. So that's not a very healthy issue. But jokes aside, we took it up very seriously in the Masala brand of restaurants. When we opened Masala Art, Masala Craft, Masala Bay and Masala Club, we took the food seriously to make Indian food sometimes cooked in olive oil. We gave the option to people, would you like your food to be cooked in olive oil or would you like the food to be cooked in, mind it, pure ghee is a better medium than any other medium. It has been proved time and again. And we made the food lighter. We made the food in such a way that it doesn't leave the oil drops onto the plate. That is the way we carried on from one masala brand and today we have 5 of them in the country. And I think that's the way forward is, yes, people have to control their food habits in a different way. They have to, and we should be the one who should take a leap towards it and offer we have the caloric menus on almost all the restaurants. In-room dining, we give the menus which are, and we write the number of calories also today, so that people know this is what they are going to get it.
Yes,
I completely agree with the chef on every aspect. India has 2 fallacies. One is, if it's health food, if I'm paying for my food, I would eat only butter chicken. I will not pay for health food. They all want to see green buffets, they all want to suggest green buffets, but then they pass on to the butter chicken. So, but there is a growing awareness coming in, as Chef rightly said, purely health-driven places have not been functional in terms of economics and have faced the challenges to the point of shutdown. But now, since we are catering to a lot of MNCs on the institutional front, Google, Facebook, and 15,000 people we feed every day. The menus ranges from breakfast, lunch, dinner, around the clock it is. And every food, calorification is there. We encourage people not to waste. And being a sedentary computer job, all of them are putting on weight because Google is feeding as if there's no tomorrow. And an average consumption is about 1,400 grams a person per meal, especially for lunch, which we have been raising alarm issues, and that office, whichever education is happening in the office, is now translating into when they are coming to visit our outlets. There is a growing awareness, and it's still a very, very niche market, very small market, which is actually demanding on this kind of foods. But I guess with fitness also combining gyms and wellness centers are growing on by the day, I think this is a thing in progression, and it will bound to increase our role, especially in this direction.
Thank you, Mr. Shankar. Mahadevan, would you like to comment about this?
We've just started in a series of our restaurants. We are discouraging people to avoid drinking sodas. That's a Coke and Pepsi. We've got a new drinks menu, which is going on Go Green with fresh vegetables. Like we make juice out of carrot and kale and celery, and we promote this kind of juice instead of having Pepsi or a Coke in our menus. We started because I run about 10 of these copper chimneys and Bombay Brasserie, which is the main prime menu items are chicken butter masala and makkanwala and your tandoori chicken, which is loaded with fat and what else? Cream. So in those restaurants, I mean, we have added a couple of pages called the senior citizen menu. We've got this software, like we've got this caloric value added. We have steamed food available. But like Mr. Hemant correctly pointed out, my sale is only about 3 or 4% because people come into Copper Chimney planning to have dal makhni and butter chicken masala, how to discourage them. I mean, but still, we are giving you a choice. It has started. When we talk about health for this independent restaurateurs like us, it's also very important how hygiene is maintained. I operate in the 16 countries outside India where hygiene, for example, if I score 50 points in minus points in Dubai, my restaurant will be shut. It can be in the month. The point starts from January, and then if I accumulate this 50 points, a rat is found, 5 points. The outdated tin of pineapples found, 6 points. Like that, if the points add up to 50, the corporation or the city council come and shut down the restaurant. That kind of things is not happening right now, which should be very important. We are talking about health, but even hygiene should be very well looked after. We run in our Chennai, we have our own laboratory by which the doctor comes in to all our restaurants. It brings in its own equipment, tests whether E. coli or what kind of bacteria, takes the swapping of the boys who work with us. Because we think that we owe it to our customers when we charge this kind of rates. Plus also, it is today's customers going to be tomorrow, it's going to be permanently. So apart from health, hygiene is also a very important thing which we wanted to note. That's very important for us.
Thank you.
Can I add a word?
Yes, please.
Just to digress a little bit from the topic, in a couple of years probably, members would be knowing about this already. The Food Processing Ministry, Government of India, they are planning to make it mandatory that calories and the nutritional aspect should be mentioned compulsorily on each and every menu card in every restaurant, whether standalone or in a hotel. Now the top segment hotels have started already doing it as a matter of courtesy, as a matter of creating awareness and educating their guests. But this is going down the line, it will be implemented. It's going to be a long process because the awareness among the people themselves is lacking a lot. I remember close to my college in Hyderabad at Vidyanagar, there's a bandiwala on the roadside catering to about 8,000 students from the university nearby. And it's a very specialized restaurant, a theme. I'm sure there's no better restaurant in the world than that. South Indian Chinese, North Indian Chinese. And he was minting money, except for the payment to the local guy who used to come and collect every evening. There's no other tax, no policy, no license fee, nothing for him. And he used to make much more money than you and I do. And just 2 or 3 dishes using one kadai, one tiny cylinder. Absolutely total lack of awareness among the people because they're students, they don't have time to think about all these things. And most importantly, as Mr. Mahadevan mentioned, lack of hygiene and sanitation. So the ministry now has thought that they should make it mandatory. I think it should come through. There's another aspect also. One is the innovative way of creating dishes, going in for organic ingredients and also using alternate ingredients so that you can get the better of each and every dish. That's one aspect. The other aspect is you have the regular dishes with the calories mentioned very clearly so that the guest can compile his own little 3 or 4 course menu for his dinner with the family and then add up the total calories and he knows how much calories required to take per day and he can have that. Probably he can be exempted on a Sunday, but on the other days I'm sure he'll be quite fussy about it because he has to go for a sedentary lifestyle. But this education has to be created and as the industry we have to also be a big partner in this creation of awareness of good health and wellness things. Not only for sick, not only for senior citizens, but not only for diabetics, but it should be for the general public to create the feeling of wellness. That's very important.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See, other than these various points what we have discussed, but today one of the most important aspect is, which I would like to, social media. So I would like to everybody to comment upon that. What do you think the social media promotion play a very